It's another week of working my favorite job. About a year ago, I founded Research Girl, which is a nonprofit that teaches students about scientific research. Our goal is to eliminate the barriers that typically prevent diverse young scientists from making it in STEM. Starting this company was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I get to do something I love and help people in the process. The only downside has been one that most would probably let stop them from doing the work that I do. I don't get paid. As a relatively new nonprofit, all of our financial resources go directly to the students who need them. I've been working 10 or 12-hour days for over 365 days straight for no pay. People constantly tell me I'm crazy for working for no pay, but I love this work. It truly means the world to me, and it's the students that I get to help that make it all worthwhile. Welcome to a week in my life where I'm currently working as CEO, training as a certified clinical medical assistant, making social media content, and getting my second novel published. Let's go. Today, like most days, began with coffee. I set up my work from home space at a local donut shop and began working. Each day, I begin by checking all 5 of our company emails and answering questions from our students and volunteers. These can range from how can I get a research job to how can I improve my graduate school application. Today, I answered about 250 emails, which took me the first 3 hours of my day. Then I checked the company Slack and began scheduling meetings for the end of the week and next week. This week is super light for me. Usually I have between 5 and 8 meetings a day with the different departments at Research Girl, but we just launched our summer mentorship program, so we have a bit of a light week before things get crazy again with our next launch. I had a few phone calls to resolve some technical issues related to paperwork and background checks for our volunteers, and worked on some email marketing stuff in MailChimp. Then I received an email from Forbes who wanted to ask some questions about the company. Then it was time to head home. I've got an hour lunch break on Mondays and Tuesdays so that I can eat lunch and go to the gym. The crazy thing about living the kind of life that I am currently living, where everything's kind of up in the air, I don't work a formal job. Like, I work 12 hours a day, but it's for myself, for a company that I built. I don't work for anyone. I also don't get paid. It's very weird. You have weeks where you're like, oh my God, I'm a failure and I'm not getting paid and I'm living with my parents because I'm not getting paid. And then you have weeks where things like this week happen, where you are making all this progress, launching new campaigns and initiatives in your nonprofit, and you're working 12 hours a day and feeling like you're making a difference, and you're hearing from students about how thankful they are and they've used your initiatives and they've gotten jobs from your initiatives or whatever, and Forbes is reaching out to interview you. Let's go to the gym. If you know me, you might know that I used to be a figure skating coach. Unfortunately, in college, I had to quit to make time for my pre-med neuroscience studies, so I was totally out of shape. I just started going to the gym 3 times a week a few months ago, and it's been so much fun. Today was leg and glutes day. I did some cardio and stretching to warm up, and I watched the Tony Awards performance of Hamilton and lip-synced along with it, did some rapping while on the treadmill. Leg day done. Today I set a personal record that may not sound like a lot to most people, but it's a lot to me. My personal record was leg pressing 195 pounds today. I don't know if any of you are on the side of TikTok that is currently obsessed with Ina Garten, but I'm listening to the Ina Garten theme song while I cook my lunch because obvi. Theme song makes me want a white wine spritzer. Things first is a grilled cheese sandwich. This video. For lunch today, may I present a chicken Caesar salad with fried chicken, a grilled cheese sandwich with caramelized onion, cheddar cheese, a mandarin orange seltzer, and Dijon mustard to dip the grilled cheese in. Enjoy. Let's eat. I'll see you later. Then it was back to work. I had a couple of meetings and organized some more things, namely my to-do list for this week. I like to keep everything super organized. I just wanted to chat real quick about how the independent research project group is going to go, how all of that's going to work on the mentorship coordinator side of things. Independent research group, we got almost 400 mentee applications, which is a lot. Yeah. Yes, are all of those questions for the reporter from Forbes, and it's time to get back to work. It is currently 6 p.m., so I did a few hours of work, but I'm gonna do maybe another hour and then cook dinner and then work after dinner, I think is a good plan. I'm gonna run through very briefly my June to-do list so that you guys get an idea of what I do. Today, we're gonna look in the fridge and see what we can make. I'm gonna just see what ingredients I have. Do like a little, what is that show called? Chopped? Like a chopped challenge. And see what I can make for dinner. You gotta put on your PPE to protect your clothes. Let the challenge begin. I'm seeing lemons, basil, half and half. We have pasta. We have all the ingredients to make lemon pesto pasta. So I might do that. I might go like an Ina Garten. Let's keep with the Ina Garten theme, you know? I'm gonna go with this elbow macaroni that like will scoop up all of the cream sauce and be like really delicious. Alright, so we've got pasta boiling, onions caramelizing, and now we wait.
No broke boys, no new friends. I'm not rich, give me my tens. Ain't no lie, ain't no shade. But call me, then you know he paid. Looks so good, makes no sense. Badass bitch with my badass friends. No broke boys, ain't no shade. But call me, then you know he paid. No broke boys, no new friends. No broke boys, no new friends.
Ta-da! This is lemon basil mac and cheese with caramelized onions. I finished up some more work and answered some more emails while eating dinner, and then did a couple more hours of work before I called it and it was time for bed. 10 out of 10. Compliments to the chef. It's another rainy day here. Yesterday was a big research girl day to work on my nonprofit. Today is a big novel editing day. I knocked out a ton of work yesterday. I worked extra hours so that I could have today a few hours off to work on my novel. I only started being open about the fact that I write novels recently, and accidentally. I just happened to post about it and everybody was really interested in what I had posted, so I was answering questions about it and things, and it kind of snowballed from there. So now I'm public about the fact that I write. I wrote my first novel totally in secret. Only one person knew that I was writing my first novel, and I wrote it entirely between the hours of 9 p.m. and 2 in the morning because that was the only time that I had, because I was in school and working a job 25 hours a week and making TikTok content and YouTube vlogs. So I didn't have a lot of time, and that was the only time I could write. So I ended up writing the whole thing in secret while everyone was asleep. And then for this novel, I have also again found myself in the position of only being able to write in the middle of the night, because, not because it's a secret, but because I run a nonprofit, I work on TikTok, I'm getting my CCMA certification. I have so many things that are going on in the day that I can't make writing work in the day. But today I'm carving out some extra special time, so I'm really excited. People have been asking about what my novel is about. I'm not gonna say too much, but I will say that if you ever read the Percy Jackson series as a kid and you became obsessed with Greek mythology, this would be for you. It's a modern take on Greek mythology. It brings Greek mythology and Greek characters into a modern context. So this novel sort of explores how the gods themselves are flawed, how they are like us, how they're in a way human in their appetites and their flaws and their selfishness. It's set in a world where the war between the Titans and the gods never ended, and humans end up getting pulled into the conflict. Especially our main character gets pulled into this conflict between the Titans and the gods. And she learns in being pulled into this conflict that neither the Titans nor the gods are necessarily in the right, nor are either of them good.
I wore my velvet.
Editing a novel is always bittersweet. You have to look at your writing with a seriously critical lens, so it can be a little demoralizing. But it's also so cool to read your writing in a different format than you might be used to. For me, I don't print or read through my novels in their entirety until I'm editing. Right now, I'm editing the first part of my novel, which is about 350 pages when printed in manuscript format. Because the plot of my novel involves mythology, so a lot of historical accuracy, and world building in terms of magic and fantasy, there's a lot of things that I have to read through to ensure that there's no plot holes, and that I haven't missed any creation of magical systems within my world. So it's a lot of reading to come up with new ideas. Writing this novel has seriously, and especially in comparison with my first novel, been the epitome of that meme of the guy with the bulletin board and tons of pins and he looks like a crazy person. That's been me, doing all of the research that's been required to write this thing. My first novel was entirely set in a modern context and there wasn't any magic involved, so there wasn't a ton of world building and historical research to do, but this is another beast altogether. I got through about 100 pages of editing in a few hours, and then it was back home to work on my nonprofit. So I just checked Slack, the morning Slacks, replied to all of my Slack messages, checked the Research Girl email, that is my personal email for Research Girl, answered all of the emails there. One Mauve is currently down because they are updating the software, so I've gotten a lot of emails about that. And I think what's next on the docket for right now, my priority is writing up the answers to the questions that the Forbes reporter is asking me. All right, it's been 2 hours. I've written up all of the answers to the Forbes reporter's questions. I've scheduled some meetings. I've checked through the other 2 emails for Research Girl that get more of the generalized questions from students. Okay, next thing is to go grocery shopping. So what I do before I go grocery shopping, like every 2 weeks, is I go on Pinterest and I find a bunch of recipes of things I want to cook that week. All right, so I think I've finalized my list. I also asked everyone else in the house what they would like me to cook for them this week. So now I have a list, and I was also handed a list of just random things that is half in French and half in English. Random words are in French for whatever reason. That's a bilingual household for you. Tonight we're gonna do steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. I think would be a good thing. First things first, roasting garlic in the oven, putting on boiling water for the mashed potatoes, peeling, cutting the mashed potatoes. Hit it. I'm making these. Got me looking so crazy right now. Now we wait. Just in case any of you are seeing this who don't know about my cooking show, I have a cooking show. It's called Brain Food, and I just talk about neuroscience while I cook. Haven't made an episode in quite a while, and I also never filmed it like this. I would film it vertically for my TikTok, because it's on TikTok. But I've been thinking about doing a YouTube series with longer form videos because it's really hard to fit a cooking show into the 1 minute time constraint of like YouTube shorts, which I've been doing vertically. So might do YouTube. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more content of me cooking, I would be happy to make it. I cook almost every day, so I would love to just film that for you guys. I'm my own father figure. I'm about to clean the oven. Women in STEM, bitch. Oh, it's still about 400 degrees in there, even though I turned the oven off. Okay, slay. The show goes on. Talk about the show goes on. This morning, my camera broke, literally shattered. The shutter shattered, at least, and I'm filming right now without a shutter to protect the lens. And for the rest of the week, that video will be without a protector for the lens. But I fashioned one, I created one. Women in STEM. Okay, so everything is pretty much almost done. We've got the steak, which is cooking on one side and then I'm gonna flip it. Garlic mashed potatoes, which are totally done. Asparagus in the oven, which I'm about to take out. So we just really need to wait for the steak. Got it going in some rosemary garlic butter that I made and marinated before the steak went in. Magic happening. So now I'm gonna baste it in the garlic rosemary butter. I'm gonna eat this and maybe watch some Doctor Who because I haven't caught up on the new series. I don't know if you can see that, but it's perfect medium rare. I love cooking. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Mia, for cooking this for me. All right, it is after dinner. It's about 9 p.m. and I'm going back to work. I have to finalize my answers to the Forbes reporters' questions and clear up some things for my legal meeting. I have a meeting with my lawyer tomorrow morning and I have to prepare for that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work for the next hour, 2 hours, and then that'll be it for the day. Wednesday, I was up bright and early for my meeting with my lawyer, which I did not film, and then it was time to hit the gym.
Forbidden from the beginning, I saw her there, up there. Feeling like since I met her, they said I couldn't have her. Way out of my league, I never believed it. Gotta get her hard, I gotta make her mine. What would have she?
Let's see if I can beat my PR from Monday.
My ego dismissed me as a kid, so me I'm barely legal, but barely legal.
I'm actually laughing at this, editing this, because I can leg press 210 pounds, but these dumbbells that I was exercising with were about 7 pounds for my arms, which is hilarious. And as per usual, on Mondays and Wednesdays after the gym, it was time for some meetings, and then after the meetings, I went back to work. A question that I have is... Today was a big day in terms of work. I scheduled meetings for this week and next. Yes, more meetings. Like I said, I usually have 5 to 8 meetings a day, so there are quite a bit to schedule. I accepted new mentees as part of our programming as they completed their required paperwork, which is it's currently rolling in right now. I finalized background checks for our mentors, found new mentors and mentees for individuals whose assignments dropped out, which is something that I do every single season. I dealt with a lot of banking issues because our bank got hacked and stuff like that, so there was a lot of fires to put out. I got off work early today. It is about 5:30, 5:45, and I'm done for the day. At least I'm calling it. I think I'm done for the day. I'm going out for dinner, and I don't think I'm gonna do work when I get home unless something comes up. It always does, but in case there's no imminent crisis, there's always an imminent crisis, but in case there's no imminent crisis, I am done for today. Usually I work about 10 or 12 hours, so working only 8 hours today was such a blessing. It felt like such a chill day. Woo! Love it! Let's go home. had an incredible dinner. I got to eat with one of my German friends, and then it was headed home to edit this video that you're currently watching. I had, again, a lot of technical issues editing this video. First my camera broke, and then my computer broke, and then my software broke, but we got through it, and so now you're watching it. Thursday was another big research girl work day. I got up early so that I could get in 6 or 7 hours of work before the afternoon when I drove to New Haven to see my friend, who is also a neuroscientist. I don't get to talk to a lot of other neuroscientists, so it was really great to chat. We ended up talking for about 5 hours. So I did a whole bunch of work that morning to prepare and also read The Protest Psychosis, which is this excellent novel that was recommended to me by a professor. This is a reading that I highly recommend for anyone who's going into the medical field and would like to know more about how race plays into medical misdiagnoses. And then it was time for my 2-hour drive, so warning, bad singing ahead.
Tous comme des animaux, de toutes les chattes se parlent mal. 2018, je sais pas ce qu'il faut, mais je suis plus qu'un animal. 마주치는 눈에 근데 잠이 깬 듯해 다시 Monday.
My friend and I got coffee, and we ended up talking for so many hours about neuroscience and spirituality and everything in between. And then we got tacos at this restaurant that was so good. Oh my god, the food was amazing. And then it was time to drive back home. Let's drive home.
To match wits with someone at your level. What the hell is the catch? It's the feeling of freedom of seeing the light. It's Ben Franklin with a key and a kite. You see it, right? Our conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything he said in total agreement. It's a 3 minutes, a bit of a dance. It's a bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. He's a bit of a flirt, but I'ma give it a chance. I asked him about his family. Did you see his answer? His hand started fidgeting. He looked askance. He's penniless, he's flying by the seat of his pants. Handsome, boy does he know it. Peach fuzz, and he can't even grow it. I want to take him far away from this place, then I turn and see my sister's face, and she is. At least I keep his eyes in my life. Tragic! Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Yo, I'm the model of a modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran whose men are all lining up to put me on a pedestal, writing letters to relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room. The truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom. Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep leading when the men I'm leading keep retreating? I'm in dire need of some assistance. Your Excellency, sir. Who are you? Aaron Burr, sir.
After my 2-hour personal Hamilton performance, I got home and did a few hours of work to prepare for the slew of meetings that I had the next morning. Okay, I'll have to schedule that because I'd like everybody to meet her. Rebecca is our marketing chair. She's a professor in marketing at Georgetown, and she would be a great person to work with on something like this. Like, we're gonna do some research. If we apply to this grant, what we're gonna do is some market research, and we're gonna see where does Halliburton have a big presence with the current political climate, current scientific climate in the scientific research field, everything's federal, being defunded. We have said that we're going to stay away from federal grants. You know, it's like gambling, applying to an NSF, right? Technically, mentorship, which is really the main resource that we offer, is evidence-based, right? There is evidence to suggest that mentorship provides something to students that a typical education in a classroom. After my 4 morning meetings, I ended up doing some mass email marketing with MailChimp, sending out some email reminders to all of our mentors and mentees, sending out Slack messages, etc. And I actually had to resolve a bunch of tech issues with them. And then I started having tech issues with, again, my software. And so I had to bring it in to the Apple repair place again. I am going to the Apple repair shop for the second time today because I was having so much trouble with Final Cut Pro not working, with my computer not loading, with nothing working. And I brought it in and all of the problems resolved themselves. They were all gone when I brought it in. When they opened it up, it was fine. And now it's not working again. After I left, it stopped working again. So, love when that happens. It's like when you go to the doctor's office and suddenly your medical problem is gone. I don't know what kind of curse that is, but it's a curse and it exists, so. And then all of my tech issues got resolved, so I got a celebratory end of week martini and fries and chatted with my friends at the cafe. And then I did some video editing for this channel. It's been such a long time since I've made a YouTube video, almost a year, and so I'm really excited to be doing this again. I've missed it so much. If you're new to the channel, welcome, but if you have seen my videos before, I'm so sorry for my prolonged absence, but I'm back now. Thank you so much for watching my week. Catch you next time.